Hey everybody, it's Rosie, and today I'm going to show you guys how I made Samm Weir, a little custom Samm Weir Funko Pop. I hope to God that that's in focus. I can't tell. So this one is going to be a little bit more on and off than the other ones because I lost so much footage. There is random footage throughout all of the ones because I've made all of them already, and now I'm just filming the intros and editing all of my things that I filmed. But going through and editing, I've only done about half of them, and there is just random footage missing, but none as much as with this guy. So we'll start and then you'll see me again. Before I get into how I made Sam, I just want to take a minute to talk about the most epic thing that's happened to me so far this year. So on my Instagram, I made a post about my Neil Schreiber Funko Pop, and I tagged Samm Levine in it, the actor who played him, because why not? And dude frickin' replied. Samm Levine himself, verified Instagram account, commented saying it was spectacular and that it made his day, and he liked the picture. And just gotta say, it's been weeks, it's been over a full month since he commented that, and just gotta say that made my year. Samm Levine is a freaking god, and he talked to me on Instagram. I'm still not over it. So first things first, I'm starting off with this Chekhov from Star Trek Funko Pop because I like that he's wearing a long sleeve shirt and pants that I can make into what I need them to be very easily, and he's got this wavy hair that, while it's not perfect Samm Weir hair, it's close enough that I didn't feel the need to mess with it. To take off the head, I just warm it up with a hairdryer for a couple minutes, and then I try to pull off the body. This head was the biggest pain in the ass out of all of them that I did. It just did not want to come out, and it full out broke. It's what it ended up doing, and the neck peg got stuck in the head, and now it rattles. As you can see from this other body, that's what it's supposed to look like with this little neck peg thing on top, but that got stuck in the head. So I had to figure out a way to get it out of the head. It seemed from the hairdryer like it might come out easily, so I tried a butter knife at first, or I think that might actually be like a steak knife, and then I used a plastic sculpting tool because I thought I might be able to pry it out, and then I used a wooden sculpting tool because the plastic didn't seem hard enough, and I broke my wooden sculpting tool. I was really mad that I did that. So I ended up just taking my dad's Swiss Army knife and cutting out the head, which I didn't want to have to do, but it's what I ended up doing. To see what you should actually do in this situation, instead of having all of these separate broken pieces that are all messed up, watch the Bill video, because that is one of the last heads that I had this malfunction with, and so by that time I had figured out how to do it well. Now on to the pants. Chekhov's pants were tucked into his boots because that's how the Star Trek uniforms work. And I didn't want that look, obviously, so I am building up these pant cuffs to make the pants not tucked in. It wasn't super hard, it was just a lot of smoothing down, but getting in between the legs took some time. Now I tried to use the Dremel tool, which did not go anywhere near as easy as I thought it would. I needed to smooth the seam between where the clay met the vinyl, and I had to take off the comm badge that was on the shirt because that stuck out. Honestly, this really did just a bunch of nothing other than with the comm badge, but it wasn't like a totally useless use of time. For the hair, I just made a dark brown. It was finding that balance between dark brown and black, because Sam does have very dark hair, but especially compared to Bill and Neil, he has brown hair, so it was just finding that balance of I didn't want to give him too dark of hair. Now I'm done. I lost the footage of me painting his body. I'll talk about that in a minute when I'm just fully done, but here is how I connected the head and the body back together. I put the neck part back on, and then I put the neck peg on top and glued them down just so that the neck wouldn't want to slide off of the body. And then I glued the neck back onto the head. I had to make sure that it fit first, so that's what I'm doing here. Off camera, before this step, I also sprayed the head and the body, all of it, with Mr. Super Clear, which sets all of the paint, so I never have to worry about it scraping off or anything. This paint is here. Unless I tried to remove it with, like, nail polish remover or something like that, but, like, just regular things that you could do with acrylic paint, this paint is going to stay because I sprayed it with Mr. Super Clear, and I do that with all of them between the steps of finishing painting and finishing the actual Funko Pops themselves. So this is the finished pop once his head is on. And now, back to me. So you saw me painting his head. I don't think you saw me painting his eyebrows, but they're his eyebrows. And you saw me making the cuffs of his pants, but I don't know if I just forgot to film it or if somewhere it got deleted. I looked through my recently deleted on my phone, I looked through my computer, I looked through everything I could find. I cannot for the life of me find the footage of me painting his clothes. So, kind of the most important part of, the most complicated part of him, other than his freaking neck, which honestly drove me insane. But the most important part of him, I lost. But he's wearing his little striped shirt. Which I looked back because I was looking to find the exact pattern, like the exact, like, yellow, blue, red, or yellow, red, blue, but it's different on the sleeves than the arms. But I was looking back to see the exact order of the stripes, and I saw Sam Weir, in the 18 episodes of this show that we get to see, wears 2 of this sweater, and you can tell because the stripe patterns are different. It's the exact same colors, but the stripe patterns are different, so they are definitely 2 different shirts. This is the stripe pattern of the one that he wears at the dinner where Lindsay has to tell him that his body is beautiful, which I feel like is the most iconic thing that Sam Weir wears, other than the blue suit, obviously, because it's the one that you, like, constantly see that meme of John Francis Daley just going, and I had seen that meme before I had ever watched Freaks and Geeks, and I'm a huge Bones fan, so I know about John Francis Daley as an adult, and I had seen that meme before, and I never put together that that was the same person. I don't know why. It's not like he looks different now. Like, you can definitely see him as an adult and him as a child and be like, that is 1000% the same person. But I never put together that that meme was little baby John Francis Daley, and I watched the show and I was like, oh my god. It blew my mind. But so he's got his striped sweater, he's got khakis and white shoes. I was gonna give him black shoes, but then I looked, and in that same episode there's a scene of him, like, up hiding in the bathroom, so you see his entire outfit, and this is what he wears. So I put way too much thought into the outfits of these guys. Obviously more thought into my own, although this is a pretty epic shirt. Sell Your Soul, Children's Economics. I love these demon kids, they're fun. They're fun kids. So he's far from perfect. There's little things here and there. The shoes are a bit weird. I should have sculpted something so they're not just these weird flat shoes. I'm a little heavy with the Mr. Super Clear on his shirt and on his hair in certain areas, so you can definitely see where it's kind of discolored. There's the bubbles. And at some point in my life, I might decide that I care, but these are just for me. If I was gonna sell these, I would do different things. But these are just for me, and kind of like when you get a somewhat fucked up tattoo. Yeah, it's fucked up, and you wish it wasn't, but it's part of the memory, and why you love it is that it is fucked up. And when you look at it, you will always remember, ha ha ha, they fucked up. Looking at you, bro. Looking at you. And I realize, unlike a tattoo, this isn't permanent. I fully could just mix brown and black together and go over it. But I can't really do that with the shirt. That'd be much harder. And I don't want to. I like that he's not perfect. I like these little things, because when you get an actual Funko Pop, a lot of times they have like paint in weird places or things like that, and they're not perfect, and you learn to appreciate them for how they are. So I'm going to learn to appreciate this little Samm Weir for how he is. So that's how I made this little guy. Until next time, this is Rosie and Sam signing off.